Stanislav, I heard that there are some visas that allow me to come to the US without actually having an employer and having a job offer from the US employer. Today I'm going to be discussing the types of visas that allow you to come to the US without actually having an American employer. And at the end of this video, you will be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case within those visas that I will be discussing right now. Let's go! Hello my dear friends, I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. There are some type of visas that allow you not to have an American employer and come to the US either by self-petitioning or having your own company sponsoring your type of visa. Today we're going to be talking about E2 visa, O1 EB1A visa, EB5 visa, and EB2 National Interest Waiver visa. Let's start with E2. And you'll be saying, Stanislav, what are you talking about? E2 has an employer and you have to be directing and controlling that company where you work. Exactly. And if you said that, congratulations, you probably watched a lot of my videos, so now you understand the concepts behind certain type of visas. And E2 is an investor visa that allows some citizens of some countries in the world who want to invest about 100K or more of clean money into US economy through opening up a startup business or purchasing an existing business to come here and do the commerce, make money, and bring the family. Okay, so that's the E2 visa in a nutshell. But you need to understand that the company that sponsors your employment is your own company. You need to own at least 50% in that entity. And in many cases, you own 100% of this company. Technically, yes, you must have the company in the US that's gonna sponsor your E2 petition. But because this company is you own this company, then it doesn't make any difference that who is the company and who is the employee. It's kind of the same person. Yes, by law, this is different because when you work in a company, you get a paycheck, a salary. When you own the company, you get the dividends corresponding to the number of shares in that company. However, in a street understanding, in a regular understanding, it's still the same thing. Legally not, but in fact it is. So because it's your own company, then you give a job offer to yourself. So that's what E2 visa is about. Number two, O1 and EB1A. Those are the talent visas. O1 is a non-immigrant talent visa. EB1A is an immigrant talent visa. And they have pretty much the same criteria, but for O1B, which is a little different because O1B for art and movie and television. So it has a little different criteria, but they're similar. They're similar to the main one, to EB1A. And also EB1A and O1, they a little bit different conceptually as to the employer, right? As to the job offer, because for O1 we have to have a job offer. For EB1A we could make it a self-petition, meaning no company needed, no job offer needed. If there is one, it's good, but most of the petitions that are filed in this category, they don't have an employer, okay? So we just self-petition for our clients. In many cases, O1 visa could be issued for your own company, just like E2. Actually, it's even easier because for E2 you have to have a company, you have to move the money there, you have to have a business plan, make this spending that money and showing the expenses, and then you can file. For O1 it's much easier. It could be just newly registered company. It should be a legit company, right? So it's not that you just open the company to get O1 approved. That's not how it works. That's still, you have the legit business idea to scale and grow once you are in the US. That same company where you could be 100% owner could also give you a job offer. Technically, it does not correspond to the title of this video because you can get the job offer, but because again, this company is owned by you, so it's like you give yourself a job offer through the legal entity. And yes, of course, we need to have the conflict of interest removed in such company because you're an employer and employee. You need to have two hats. So we need to create like an advisory board, and if it's an LLC, or board of directors if it's a corporation, where will be 3 people, you including, who will be making those decisions to hire, to fire people, maybe some strategical decisions, and also giving the job offer to yourself. Don't have to be paid positions, they don't have to be Americans, okay? They could be people from your own country. And that way you get a job offer through your own company, and your own company sponsors you for the employment. So now all we need to do is to prove that you're a talented person. And I have a bunch of videos to watch to understand that in more details. Now, EB-1A is a little bit different because the law gives you an option not even to provide for an employer, right? Because the EB-1A is the highest category, the smartest, the most advanced, recognized, and with a lot of achievements. The US government is willing not to put a requirement of having an employer for you because you kind of presume to give benefit to the US. Of course, you need to explain what's going to happen, but immigration officers look at those things with the loyalty. In other words, you don't have to have an employer and even a job offer for EB-1A, but if you do, you can get more chances of getting approved. Number 3, EB-5 with a passive investment. And that's one of the greatest options for those of you with a good budget, with $800,000 that you're willing to loan to American developers for another 5 to 7 years. Get a green card for yourself and your family, and then get that money back with some interest paid on that money, okay? Yes, this is a lot of money and you have to prove the origin of how you made that amount of money, but you don't have to have a job offer, you don't have to work, you actually give that money to regional centers that are accredited and licensed by the US government. They create all the jobs, they do the business, you just sit back, relax, go to the beach and enjoy your life. So that's a great option without a job offer, although it's employment-based visa, to get the green cards for those of you who have at least $800,000. And last but not least is EB2 NIW. That option is for those of you with advanced degree or exceptional abilities, which is proved by showing that you have 3 criteria out of the 6. That visa does not require the US employer or job offer for that matter, but it requires you to prove that your proposed idea, what you're going to be doing here in the US, is in the national interest of the US government. So those of you in the STEM category, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, the engineers, the IT people, business people, scientists and things like that, all of you guys are very good candidates to get this visa approved. And again, no job offer is required. Your next step is a free evaluation. What is that? That's the form that you need to fill out. The form is located below this video for each of those visas, for E2, O1, EB-1A, EB-5, or EB-2 NIW. And you may fill out more than one forms. What's going to happen next? Within 2 days, I will get back to you and give you the initial analysis, which visa is better for you, which criteria we can satisfy, which we need to work on. And if you have a potential, I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, where I will create a written strategy for your case, which is going to be implemented within the next 6 months after you hire my corporation. Smash the like button if you like this video. subscribe to my YouTube channel, write comments or questions. I will get back to you as soon as possible. I also have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and other social media platforms where I post exclusive content. So make sure you subscribe to them. The links are going to be below this video. My name is Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.